Hey guys, so have you guys seen that new show? Like it just popped up in my Amazon Prime video feed, Downton Abbey.
No,
Like,
I haven't.
Downton Abbey.
It looks kind of cool. Like there's these big mansions and stuff and like a bunch of British people or some shit. And I was just checking it out and I haven't watched anything yet, but I've been talking around. Not very many people have heard of Downton Abbey.
Do they go like downtown a lot?
Yeah, is it like in the downtown of a city named Abbey?
I guess. I don't know where else it would
Or
be.
is it a pornography and we're going downtown on Abbey?
Ooh.
Or Abby's going downtown on somebody
Yeah.
else?
Ooh.
Or
I'm getting more excited about this every second.
is it the show Downton Abbey?
What's that?
The show you're talking about.
No,
No, I'm
it's
pretty. I don't.
Downton Abbey.
That doesn't sound right, Nick. I'm pretty sure it's downtown.
I
Abbey.
mean,
I think we're thinking of different shows.
America.
like Downton. What kind of word is that?
I don't know the roots of it. I just know it's not downtown.
We're not English.
Oh, right. That's true.
Yeah,
We speak it, though.
I'm pretty sure it's Downton Abbey, dude. I think you're wrong here.
I give up on you guys.
Wait, the Wayans brothers in the show, right?
Is he really?
I hope so. Otherwise, I'm not watching it.
Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to TechBuzzed episode 13. It's your raw and slightly inebriated look into the world of technology. I'm Nick Smock.
I'm Ryan Spletzer.
I'm Lucas Ritter.
We're going to start things off today with the little topic we had last week, and Blackberry is officially announced the device. If you checked out the video that we posted, it is that device.
Is
the
it
Z10.
RIM or Blackberry?
It's not RIM anymore.
Oh.
Wait. You mean to tell me the company Research in Motion decided to drop the greatest name a company has ever had for Blackberry?
For a fruit.
Well, I mean, what else did RIM do besides Blackberry?
Let me think.
25 minutes later.
All right, well,
Sure,
they
okay.
revealed the Z10
And the Q10.
and the Q10.
But the Z10 is their flagship.
It's the flagship device, but is it okay for me to say I'm more excited for the Q10?
Yeah, because it has a keyboard.
Okay.
Yeah, well-
and it's got a square screen. It's 720 by 720.
You're not.
What?
Yeah.
You're not alone though. I think a lot of people really want when they think of BlackBerry and they saw the
Yeah.
Z10, they were
Yeah.
kind of like, "Hey,
It looks like an iPhone.
Where's the BlackBerry keyboard?
Yeah.
Where's a BlackBerry? I want a new one." So
Yeah, and I don't know. It looks like a decent device. The reviews are pretty good on it for a phone with absolutely pretty much zero ecosystem right now and running a bunch of really old Android apps. And I don't know. It looks like a promising device. The OS looks interesting because it's all gestures but
It's
I would get a
WebOS.
little bit annoyed at times. Maybe I don't know.
It takes some getting used to, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
I've heard it's not quite as polished as
Yeah,
one
but-
might hope.
Well, the phone's not out yet. I mean,
True,
But-
but they did review it though.
yeah.
Already.
Well, I mean, The Verge did give it a 7 out of 10, which is surprising.
Yeah, it's pretty good for.
That's a pretty good review
Yeah.
for a phone that's not
For a
even a BlackBerry.
So BlackBerry did a good thing at making the Z10 and Q10 that are going to be available here, and then they did an absolutely terrible thing and announced Alicia Keys as their global creative director.
I mean,
Totally not relevant artist anymore.
see,
I don't know.
I mean, it makes just about as much sense to me as when the Intel hired Will.i.am as their new.
That makes so
creative
much
director.
less sense because when does Intel need a creative director?
Never.
Or Microsoft hiring Jessica Alba for Windows Phone.
they
It
just
makes
like,
more sense than Will.i.am, but
But the thing with Will.i.am and Alicia Keys is they have legitimate like jobs at these places as like a creative director.
that's
Like
true.
Jessica Alba was just hired to do some commercials.
Yeah.
These people have like actual titles. It's so weird.
I didn't get the chance to see the video of the press conference, but excuse me. Alicia Keys, there's this funny picture of her on The Verge, like shaking Torsten Hein's hand, and like it looks like they're like leaning in for something intimate. It's just funny.
Little makeout session.
Also, she's wearing this like crazy power suit, and she's got her hair slicked back.
get it, Torsten. Torsten's gonna torque her.
Apparently,
Oh,
Torsten
God.
is like a monstrously tall human being. That's what I've heard.
He's Canadian.
He is Canadian. That's true.
Oh, tall
dang it.
Canadians.
They make him taller up north.
Yeah. Well, again, last week we were talking about CalDAV and CardDAV support with
Per Windows Phone.
Windows Phone, so that Gmail would support Exchange and that, and it has been confirmed to work through June. So there's that news.
Well, exchange. They extended the exchange support.
Yeah, through June. Yeah. But then CalDAV and CardDAV support are confirmed.
coming.
It's
Yep.
coming.
yeah.
Yeah, Microsoft's working on it.
Yeah, which is good. I'm so glad they're doing this. I actually switched my my iPad over to CalDAV and CardDAV because I think I had originally my Gmail, when you just set up Gmail by default through iOS, I think it uses Exchange at the moment because it pulls in
Really?
everything. Yeah, because you hit, basically they have this like one-click setup where you click Google or whatever your account is, Gmail, and it pulls in everything, your mail, your calendar, and contacts all in one
Yeah.
by just clicking one button. I'm pretty sure it did that through Exchange. I might be wrong, but I get the feeling that was done through Exchange because it pulled it all in at once with just one click. But I actually went through and put CardDAV and CalDAV in my iPad now and just did IMAP for Gmail. And I have to say it's been working a lot better. Things seem to be less weird. I don't know if, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just like it's not so funky. Like, not that I use my iPad that often for like going through contacts or calendars or whatever, but it seems like it just syncs things a little bit better and it's more the way I want it. So
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
this just makes Windows Phone usable for Ryan and a lot more supported for normal people.
yep.
So the Wii U apparently is becoming relevant again. I kind of thought it lost its relevancy.
Wait, it's relevant?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why do
So-
you want maps? On
Okay,
the Wii U?
yeah, we're gonna get. So Wii U is planning for the end of this month to have TiVo and Google Maps support on the Wii U console. Now, TiVo makes 100% sense. It's actually a great move on
yeah.
Nintendo's part. Google Maps, you can't take that little tablet thing like 5 feet away from your device, your console.
Imagine if they made
What
it.
are you doing with maps?
Imagine. Okay,
I want one good reason why they should put maps on there.
let's just wait. Like
I have a
Nintendo
good
comes
reason,
out with the
but-
feature to where you can use that tablet outside of your home.
Yeah, it has like 2 hours of battery life.
Okay, never mind.
I have a good reason. Because what sounds more fun than getting your Mii's together and having a Mii party in Street View on Google Maps and just, walking down the Google Maps Street View with your Mii's.
That would be
I
an
think
awesome
I think
game.
that just sounds like an incredible
That
time.
is so terrible.
I really want like a real Second Life, but on the Wii, where I just walk around my Mii in Google Street View. Like, how awesome would that be?
It'd be pretty
I would
fun.
buy a Wii U just so I can walk around with strangers on the internet. Oh.
The killer game. The game that finally makes you Wii U relevant.
Makes you Wii U.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I thought that just the name. Remember when the name the Wii was like just crazy, and it was just like, really? Why
Seriously?
the F did they name it the Wii?
Yeah.
It really
now-
doesn't make any sense.
It's the Wii,
The Wii U
U.
is even worse.
Like,
Oh,
does it
God.
belong at a university?
It's horrible. It doesn't even the U is just like they just need to chop it off.
Is
and
it
they call
for you? Is it for me? Is it for?
They just need to call it the
Gee.
Wii II. The Wii.
The Wii 3. Or wait, no, it's the
It'd be
Wii
Wii
2.
2. So it'd be Wii.
Wii.
Wii 2. Call it the Mewtwo. That's a little bit of a stretch.
Super
Yeah.
Wii. The
Super
Super
Wii.
Wii. I think they should do this.
But it's totally not super.
Next
No,
gen.
that's true.
Super Wii 64 plus.
Oh boy.
This is gonna not end.
Yeah,
well.
I don't know why we're talking about this right now. Okay, so we're gonna talk about quite possibly the worst messaging application anyone could ever create, and that is WhatsApp. And what happened was their process of collecting contact information from your phone violates both Dutch and Canadian privacy laws, and it just makes me laugh because it's such a bad application, and it's so nice to know that they just suck.
Yes. I want to just lay some smackdown on WhatsApp right now. And I'm going to start with like kind of the seemingly like surface level stuff and then dive deep into like why it's really terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Surface level, of course, you see this app, you load it up for the first time, and it still looks like pre-gingerbread development.
Yes.
Basically. Like it was developed on Android 2.0.
Good old Froyo.
And even for that time when Android 2.0 like 5 years ago was like the thing, it still would look like shit then. This app just like looks terrible. All of the menus are really bad, and when you're actually like in a message with somebody, like it's got these like terrible like wallpaper backgrounds
Right.
that are just like, I would go as far as to say offensive how bad it is.
And we were going to get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
In a future
Lord.
topic.
And then second, the functionality, the way this thing actually works with your phone to give you a messaging service between people is the most screwed up, messed up way I've ever thought of like using a service like this. Basically, it uses your phone number as your unique identifier. And then it needs to scan your entire like address book to get everybody else's numbers, but it just uses those as a unique identifier
Right.
for them. But then it creates this like other like, I don't know. It kind of just basically like the same way you would use an email address as an identifier for a service that you signed up for, and you would like, you know, maybe connect with other people based on, you know, everybody that goes to Facebook has an email address to log in with. Well, in WhatsApp, it's your phone number, but they use everybody's freaking phone number as their identifier, and then it just runs this service over the data portion of your plan.
Right.
But using your phone number as your unique identity. It's just messed up, and I just remember trying to set it up the first time. I don't even know if it might even give you like a new phone number or something like that, like on top of your old one. So like your actual phone number from your carrier, I think, is like your identifier. But then on top of that, so its service runs correctly, it like throws you another phone number. It's just really messed up.
That is really strange.
It's really
Okay.
messed
And yet
up.
people that we know think it's like the greatest
I
thing
want to
ever
stop
created.
right here and ask. I've never used WhatsApp. I have no clue what it does.
It's
And
basically a way of, if you don't want to pay for text messaging, a way for you to use your phone number still as like your, I don't know how to put this. Like basically, instead of getting around using the text messaging application that's built into your phone, you would go to the WhatsApp app and sign in with like, create an account using your actual phone number, and then tell your other friends that you want to text for free to, hey,
Right.
get WhatsApp too, so I can just text you over this service.
And then everyone looks at you like you're an idiot.
this sounds like a really terrible idea because none of my friends would get WhatsApp.
Well, see, that's the problem too. You have to get everybody on top of it versus something like Google Voice, where it already uses a number. Like you go sign up for Google Voice.
It's a legitimate phone
with
number.
with your Google account, and they give you a new number to use, and you say, hey folks, I want to text for free, so just text me at this number and I'll text you back from this number.
Oh, okay.
And what's great about it too is you can do it from a web interface,
Yeah.
like just like you can in Gmail. It's amazing. And then you can do it on your phone, and plus it has like voicemail features. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then not to mention like the second best thing after that would probably be Skype, because Skype works
Skype's
very
everywhere
well.
too.
Yeah,
Right.
you just sign in with your email address. You have a Skype account. Most people already have a Skype account, so get the Skype app on your phone. So design, functionality, both really terrible. And then to throw on top of this, the fact that they scan your whole entire address book and keep numbers of people that are in your address books that are not users of
Right.
WhatsApp. Like, what the hell?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, they have no reason at all to keep those numbers or to have them integrated in their service. It just doesn't make any sense. And I
Yeah.
get why people are mad about it. I mean, our privacy laws actually in the United States aren't as stringent as other companies.
Yeah, there's a
believe it or
whole
not.
lot of countries that have crazy laws compared to us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're
Especially
pretty much
in Europe.
in the U.S. We're pretty much middle of the road when
Yeah.
it comes to privacy laws.
So they can pretty much get away with it here, but apparently it makes some other countries mad, and it makes me mad too because I don't think they have
Yeah.
any right to do that. at all.
Exactly.
And it makes me mad too because I know I already used that service once
And now,
and realized how terrible it was. And now I know they have my number in a database
Yep.
somewhere, so that's cool. I guess. Can't wait till it gets hacked into.
Right,
And somebody
exactly.
starts sending me spam all the time. So, anyways.
Lucas, why don't you talk about Verizon's new move that they're doing?
Yeah, I guess this is just a little story I got. Verizon, they're coming out with some new prepaid plans, which kind of really suck. I was really excited this morning. Like, I was just like, oh, hey, Verizon's come out with new prepaid plans. Prepaid pads. Maybe there'll be something that would be somewhat worthwhile for people because, oh, hey, there's T-Mobile out there, there's Boost, there's Virgin, there's Walmart,
Metro
there's
PCS.
Metro. There's a ton of people out there that have, like, pretty decent, like, prepaid plans where, you're looking at anywhere between, I think the cheapest is $35 all the way up to
like $50 and $60.
$50, $60, $80 was what Verizon's plan was before, which was kind of ridiculous because it was 2
Doesn't even
gigs
make
of data,
sense.
unlimited talk and text, which is why they were able to get away with it, but still.
Still doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, but anyway, the thing with that is Sprint's everything plan is not very much more than that, if not the same price. But their new plans anyway are $60 for a 500 meg data plan, and it's only allowed
What?
500 meg.
500 megs.
What? Why
And
not
you-
just get a unlimited or a 10 gig account or a 2 gig account on Verizon? It's got to be
On
cheaper.
a contract, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be cheaper on contract.
No,
No?
because on contract you're gonna be looking at easily $70-$80
A month.
through Verizon.
But
yeah.
for 2 gigs as opposed to 500 meg, you're gonna
No.
burn through that like
no,
nothing.
that's the thing. You can pay another $10 for a $70 plan is 2 gigs.
Okay, so it's about
Well,
the same
wait
price
a
as their
minute.
contract.
I have
then.
got to look at this, but it's kind of ridiculous. Like, and also, it only works with 3G phones.
Forget
What?
that.
You can't use any of their new phones.
Forget that.
The newest phone that you can use on it is like the iPhone 4S.
Welcome to America, land of competition and burgeoning industries like the wireless carriers. Just innovating at every corner and giving great value to their customers whenever they can.
Yeah, the plan starts at $60. It's a joke. There's why?
It just doesn't make any sense. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would never sign up for
Like,
that.
that's the thing is I was thinking like I was kind of like, oh, I wouldn't mind if even at $50 a month, Verizon has just this great network. Like they do $50 a month for 1 gig. I'd be like, man, this is expensive, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm getting raped anyway at Verizon, so whatever. But at $60 for 500 megs of data, which is not like
So it's just a flat $60 and you get 500 megs.
500 megs of data and unlimited talk and text.
And when you use up your 500 megs, it's done.
Well, you're probably just gonna have to. It's probably gonna be set up as pay as you go. You'll pay extra,
Oh, okay.
or the credit card.
So is that
account.
60 a month then?
Yeah. Well, it's prepaid, so you
Oh.
pay $60 and then you get a month
Yeah.
to use it. It's stupid. I don't
That's
understand
really
how this is prepaid. Because, like, when I think of prepaids, like, the olden days when I broke my first, like, 5 phones, my parents said, we're not buying you a new phone. I went to Rite Aid, and I bought a $100 Nokia, and I could throw it at walls, and it was awesome. And, but, yeah, like, that phone, I would just every once in a while go and I'd buy, like, a little bit of data because it had games on it, and I could go online and check my Facebook. And then, but it was, like, nothing, so I'd buy some minutes, and then I was good to go, like...
Remember the concept of rollover minutes when stuff from 1 month would
Singular?
Yeah.
AT&T still supports that, actually, but now minutes are pointless.
You have to be also grandfathered in.
Yeah.
I want some wireless carrier to come up with rollover data. How cool would that be?
I would be okay with playing for... yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, nobody will ever do it, but I mean...
But yeah.
I mean... I think about it this way, like you paid for 2 gigs a month, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't use it, like shouldn't you be able to use some of that later? Like, really, when I think about it, it's like 12 gigs a year. Yeah. That's what I would more rather the carrier say like, well, actually, no, that would be dangerous if they said, hey, here's 12 gigs, but because you probably burned through that a lot faster.
I used 14 gigs last month.
Oh, God.
You suck balls.
Yeah, I hate you. You're still on your unlimited plan. But
sorry.
But like, just like, man, I paid for this data. Let me use it later, I guess. You know?
Yeah, I don't get it. It was one of those depressing days for me because I was just excited and then I was sad.
Yeah. And I guess it's that whole thing too of like, it's not that, I think I've said this before on the podcast. It's not the fact that it's limited. It's the fact that it's what it's limited at. It's 2 gigs. It's like that. That's enough to make you worry about what you're going to do that month, you know? I would rather have a plan, like, and not have to be, you know, basically screwed over for data.
Right.
Where I could just get a plan and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Like, I know, like, I couldn't possibly, unless I was, like, trying really hard to go over it.
I used to back when I had unlimited.
Oh, yeah. I remember I, like, chewed through 6 gigs in one night.
I would just, like, download torrents on my phone. Just because I could.
I remember that.
Just because I could.
Yeah.
And I had 4G. Lucas, why don't you...
me again.
No, you know, I'll talk about the M7 quick.
I made a mistake.
There's not a whole lot of information we know about this.
It looks like the Butterfly J.
Yeah, HTC is... They're actually having 2 events simultaneously on the 19th of this month.
Oh.
And so I don't know. I mean, if they're going to announce the M7 at both of them or if there's something else they're announcing.
And Amigo tablet.
That'd be kind of strange.
Yeah, right. Did you say Migo?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They don't have the rights for that.
It's open source, dude.
Whatever. But the M7 is an Android-powered device similar to what we're assuming would be the HTC Butterfly J, which we talked about a month and a half ago or so.
And also, it's
a beautiful phone.
It's a beautiful phone. It's a lot also like the Droid DNA. Yeah. It's supposedly 1080p screen.
I have not even looked at this phone yet.
Probably going to be a little bit thinner. I think the one nice thing is only 4.5 or 4.7 inches.
I think that's what it is, yeah.
It wasn't going for the crazy Macho Man of like the
5 inches.
Yeah, of what the
Galaxy
the GS4 is probably gonna. They're rumoring it to be like gigantic again, like even bigger than what the S3 is.
This is gonna sound super nerdy and lame, but I'm looking at a picture of it right now, and what excites me about it is actually the microphone on it and the speaker on it.
What?
Because like, look, there's like a nice big, like speaker, like to put to your ear there, and same with the microphone. Because one of the things that pisses me off to no end about phones these days is I just can't freaking understand anybody on a cell phone. Like when I'm on a cell phone call, I have a really hard time understanding people. Half the problem is the network because they compress the crap out of your call, but the other half is like these really crappy like speakers and microphones that are built in all these phones. And I think like, first of all, carriers need to get better with their call quality. HD voice. I want it so bad. I'm in Paul
Yeah.
Miller's camp. Like,
Oh,
that's my
no.
dream. And two, like, in order, it's kind of a moot point to just have HD voice if all these phones just have really crappy speakers and microphones.
The biggest point with HD voice is this technology has been out since the 80s, and no device has ever supported it. And like
sad.
I can understand like from back in like the 90s and maybe the early 2000s like why no devices support it, because the bandwidth didn't support it.
Right.
But now we have the bandwidth and the speeds and the devices that can support it, and just no one will do it.
Yeah, it's depressing. Like, it's again, wireless carriers innovating at every turn. Yes, thank you. Oh, I might need an opener. We're grabbing some beers live on the podcast, folks. Excuse us.
But yeah, so HTC M7 gonna be an interesting phone for those who are like on Verizon and maybe have an upgrade this summer. Would be my
A little more. Ein Moment. Okay, let's have the heartbreaker here. It's gonna show up as an exclusive on AT&T, because Verizon won't be able to slap enough logos on it in time. And then
That's true.
T-Mobile's gonna be sitting in the corner being like, "Hey, can we have a nice phone?" And then the other carrier's gonna be like, "No, F off. Go sit in your corner. You're getting our leftovers from 3 months ago." And then Sprint's gonna be like, "Hey, we have this network," and then their owner's gonna be like, "No, we're not gonna give you money until Dish backs off of Clear," and it's just gonna be a huge cluster. Whatever.
Cluster.
Yes.
Cluster duck.
I'm actually like trying not to swear this week, and it's really tough.
I think we've actually made it this far.
We have.
that.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. But
I had to.
the other reason
I
why
had
this
to.
phone is not ready for Verizon is because it's not nearly red and black enough.
Oh no, it's white.
Good.
They need to throw like a lot of paint on it still. So
Okay. So that's getting announced on the 19th, and then the day after, the PS4 announcement.
Yay! I don't know why I care, but I do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of interested because the
I'm
PS3.
kind of interesting too.
I am interesting, but I'm interested in the PS4 because the PS3 was huge when it came out. That device was a monster compared to the Xbox. I mean, the Xbox, like when the PS4, when they were like, "This is the PS4," I looked at my Xbox like it was the biggest POS in the
This
world.
is the PS4.
Huh?
You're talking about the PS3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about how when the PS3 came out, it was huge compared to the Xbox.
I also seem to remember it being like $500 when it came
Oh
out.
no, it was more than that.
Oh, it was
It was insane.
$600.
It was like $600 or $700.
It was crazy.
Insanely priced.
Yeah.
But it was on the supercomputer list when it was released.
It was,
yeah.
but the only problem with that was that they came out with a freaking structure of their CPU structure on it was just
Yeah.
stupid. The cell engine, okay,
Yeah, it was
great
messed
idea. Like, yes, it's on the supercomputer list, but no one knows how to program for it.
Well, it was powerful enough that it wasn't like it was like a Saddam Hussein in Iraq or like Iran was like buying a bunch of them to try and like build supercomputers.
Yeah, there were. I think
What a smart guy. No,
No.
actually, he just wanted to host a LAN at his house.
Yeah, that makes sense.
there were major
some
like
SOCOM
hospitals
for-
that actually bought into
Rainbow
that.
Six.
And, like, there were companies that bought it and wired them all together and
Those
built
people are
basically
idiots.
supercomputers. No, it was a good deal compared to, you think buying like an Intel Xenon top line chip, that's at
Yeah, but
least $1,000.
the only thing you can get on it is like Ubuntu and maybe Arch Linux.
And what are they going to be running on all these research computers anyway for setting up all their networks and servers?
Not Ubuntu.
What?
They won't be running Ubuntu. They're going to be running like maybe Arch Linux. It's going to be a command line based Linux program. It's not going to be your
Which at the
GUI
point
based.
of the modifications that they're doing, it'll be fine. Like, they bought it because it was still the cheapest because Sony was still losing money on it.
Sony's losing a lot
When
of
you
money
said
on
not Ubuntu, I thought you were going to say like some other operating system besides Linux.
it. No, it's going to be a Linux based
I was like, wait, what?
They're going to
'Cause-
run OS X on
Yeah.
it.
That's the other thing is, like, I remember there was a debacle when the
They were going to run
Army...
Migo on it.
No. The Army wanted to buy a bunch of Xbox. They wanted to buy a bunch of
I remember
360s
that.
for training, and Microsoft just like, no, we're not selling them to you because we lose too much money.
On each Xbox.
Yeah. Like, because they know that they're going to buy all these Xboxes. They're going to buy one game, and they're not going to buy it live.
It's the Razer and Razor Blades model.
But,
Yeah, because they just LAN them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I'm excited just because I'm excited to see what they come out with, because as much as I hate to say it, the consoles are what push a lot of games forward. Like, yes, our PCs are a lot more powerful, but because
And they're better.
Because yes, they are better, Master Race. But
Hey, I'll stick by it.
but the thing is that computer, like, the industry just does not earn enough money off of that compared to selling to all the moms that buy their kids PS4s and Xbox 720s and whatever and Wii U's, and there's too much money in the console game right now.
I mean, they can enforce a certain margin on console games, you know, that they can't do
and
on
also
Steam
you're
and
programming for a set architecture that you know exactly what you're going to get, and you can make a better on average per console experience.
That just made me think of something in terms of architecture. What if the next PS or PlayStation has Intel architecture?
Not happening.
Not happening?
No, yeah, that would be too expensive.
It's pretty much already confirmed. Both of them are running almost the same AMD hardware because AMD like owns the console space right now. It's kind of ridiculous.
Even on the Xbox side?
Yep. They're going with... The specs have been all over the place, but I think like it's a current gen like 7870, which is it's a fast chip.
Yeah, that's a good chip.
But it's a good chip.
I guess my point was that like they're not going to be doing some weird 6-cell thing this time. Like,
I think they learned their lesson.
Yeah, and I think that'll make stuff a little bit easier to develop, like cross-platform between the next Xbox and
like we will see better games
the
because
PlayStation
of it.
4. Notice I didn't say the terrible name for the next
Don't
Xbox.
say it. Say Durango. Durango is acceptable because that's a code word.
Okay.
But you never say 720 because 720 is the stupidest name ever.
Hey, it's the Xbox 720.
I hope they don't call it that.
I wonder if that snowmobile will die using it.
I hope to God that there's a press conference for the Xbox 720 and Tony Hawk comes down a half pipe, does a 720, lands on stage and says, "Yo, it's the Xbox 720."
And then but then his first time that he does it, it's like live and he eats it and he just like smashes the Xbox on the ground and it just explodes into a million pieces. But then those million pieces, the particles like form together to make a 720 and it was all intentional. This.
What if the 720?
Like this if you cry every time.
Okay, what if the 720? Do you guys remember the old Zune logo?
Yeah.
Yes.
What if the 720 is that?
It would look like a boxy box.
I know.
I
just want to think of ways to bring back the Zune because I want that.
They're never going to do that.
I'm sad. I found my Zune HD actually a little while ago.
Wow, you lost it again?
Well, it fell behind my bed and I never used it, so it was sad. But anyway, I found it and it's still an awesome little device. It's just now you can tell the screen's really old and I got to find my power cable.
But it's HD.
No.
1280 by 720.
It's not even that.
Then why did they call it HD?
Because it was a lot higher. It was a good screen for the time.
Yeah.
They call it HD for the same reason that AT&T calls a lot of their phones 4G.
Yeah. Oh,
I love
get your burn on. So in 2 weeks, I guess this is really I don't have much to say.
In 3 weeks.
2 weeks, I will be playing in a LAN in a LAN for charity.
It's for charity?
Oh,
yeah.
for charity.
It's like I think it's called like Gaming for Giving or something like that, and it's for some sort of research charity. I don't remember really. I don't give a shit. But I'm playing in a LAN. It should be exciting, but I don't know if I'm gonna have my computer back or not.
Uh-oh.
Why are you gonna kill me?
Because you're just highlighting things.
It's like
for
the race.
No reason.
It's like the race against time to get your power supply back.
Yeah, but like I'm playing in like the bring your own computer. Like I have a seat in the bring your own computer one, and it's like I just play whatever game I want. So
that's kind of cool.
I mean, like I'm just gonna try to get a bunch of people to play Battlefield.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be super fun.
And then
I haven't
money
played
on it.
Battlefield in a really long time.
Yeah, I love Battlefield. How are we doing on time?
We have a ton of time.
We are
like blazing.
35 minutes.
Holy balls!
I was gonna warn you.
We've been like strolling through.
This is gonna
topics.
be a short episode.
Yeah, I mean that's okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a short episode. Lucas has the 10th topic here. You.
Okay. guys.
I'm glad.
Let's be honest here. No one likes it when one of your team members in a Google group is just highlighting everything and making colors go across your screen.
It's fun.
That's just annoying. You always just want to punch them and kick them out of the study group or whatever the hell you're doing.
We're not in a study group, so you can't.
We're not in a study group, but we're doing a freaking document on Google, and somebody's highlighting shit.
Ryan and I are going to talk about good and bad design practices.
Now I'm gonna sit in the corner.
So
And drink. I'm not looking. I'm looking at Baby Stingray.
So
Look at him.
Good.
So cute.
what is
He
that?
looks so derpy.
It's a smiling Baby Stingray.
He looks like Dolan. Gooby, please.
So good design, bad design.
I guess the main thing I want to have people get out of this is if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. That's it. If you think that looks good and you have to ask people if they think it looks good, it's not good.
Right.
Quit your job.
Or keep your day job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just happen to know quite a few folks that try really hard. You know, they go to WordPress.com. They pick some sort of theme that they think is pretty cool.
That was like free with WordPress.
That was free, that has some sort of responsive thing going on, maybe even that they didn't develop themselves. And they try to flesh it out as best as they can. And they get to a point where it's good enough to them. And they say, hey, we designed a site. Check it out. I'm like, okay. A, didn't really design a site.
No, you didn't. You bought a site.
B, why does it still look like crap? Because there's this whole thing around you need to understand content and design go hand in hand. And a lot of people I know, when you're first building a site, and we're going to be like this too when we build ours, like we're going to have like 12 posts, with 12 podcasts, or 13 or 14 or
however
15,
many.
however many it
Probably
takes.
like 100.
It's probably going to be, we might have a ton of content by the time we're done. But the point is like, you need to design to your content. You can't just like, what is this?
It's
Brilliance.
genius. He turned his hoodie backwards and put popcorn in the hood. It's like a feeding trough.
That's actually kind of.
It's like a feed bag.
Actually, that's pretty genius.
Sorry, guys, keep going.
So, I'd like to do something that I call a content inventory, and you figure out basically what stuff you want to have on your site. Don't worry about design at all yet. Like, figure out what things you want to communicate, what you're presenting. And in our case, it's going to be like, blog posts for episodes that we post, and the occasional funny picture we might pass along, or a feature that we write or something. And we're going to design to that content. You don't pick up a template and then just try to force your content into it. Like
it's counterintuitive.
It's the opposite way of the way you're supposed to go about things. So I like to do a content inventory first, figure out what I'm trying to say with my site, figure out how I kind of generally want to lay out the stuff I already have, figure out if there's anything I need to create still before I go and create a site.
Mm-hmm.
Like content I still need to write or figure out before I go create a site. Then and only then do you start to design. And in our case, we know what we've got. Like we said,
it's easy.
We know we're gonna have some posts, some blog posts, some pictures once in a while, and some features that we're gonna.
But they're all like essentially the same. When it boils down to it, they're all just a single post.
Yeah, they're a single like entity.
So it's like a blog, like someone would consider a blog.
But yet somebody will go to a WordPress and try to have. They'll land on their page, and you'll see a home, about, a contact, or this and that, and whatever.
Yeah.
And each page is more blank than the next, and less dense with like good information than the next. Like because you can tell as you go deeper into more pages, they didn't really have stuff to put there. They just were trying to fill out a template that got off the internet.
I kind of have a tip for people who maybe have that issue. To look at, I haven't been to Twitter, like a Twitter page in a while. Let me just double check and see if it's still the same way. But
like a profile page,
like a Twitter profile page. Okay.
Yeah.
if you look at
Mine.
no, like a professional designer or like someone in the professional world, they use every inch, every pixel of their Twitter profile page to advertise themselves.
Right.
So say you have this site where maybe you're doing mostly blog posts. Don't design your site to have a contact page. Don't design your site to have an About Us page, because you can center your blog and you have a almost unlimited amount of space on both sides that you can put in your contact information as your background. Number one,
Right.
it's easier. Number two, that something like that, it doesn't really change that often.
Yeah.
So it's something that you don't need it to be type, which it might be easier for people to like copy and paste, but you really shouldn't have that long of an email address or something like that, or that long of a Twitter. Like, you should keep it pretty, which sound hypocritical because our email address is TechBuzzed Podcast, but
Yeah.
we were kind of screwed out of the email address we wanted. But you utilize that space. There's such great space there that never really gets used.
Yeah, you usually you see the typical like top nav element, the middle
Yes.
part, and then like 2 or 3 like sub elements
And like
underneath the middle.
maybe they find a Twitter widget for WordPress and they slap a
Right.
Twitter
And,
widget.
and
in
then
there, but-
meanwhile on the sides of all that stuff is just gray blank
yeah.
space where there's nothing visually interesting.
And so when you're looking at something like a website, utilize that space. That space is there for you to use.
right.
And then you can cut out 2 or 3 pages in your nav bar that have 3 lines of text in them and just look awful
Right.
when people go to it. And you can just keep your background like that.
If there's any advice I have for people out there that are trying to get into this, it's that less is more. And what I mean by that is figure out how much content you have and how much you want to put out there. And don't
We are talking right now. Stop distracting us.
and don't
Stop distracting
figure out
us.
what content you have and what you want to put out there, and if you need to develop more, and don't try to spread it too thin. It's like eating dry toast. It's like
Right.
you want to have enough butter to spread over that bread, and if you don't have enough butter to spread over that bread, you shouldn't toast so much bread.
Yeah.
So
I have another really good tip for people who maybe don't want to do my previous tip following the Twitter style of background. There's this great free service called About.me.
yes.
And honestly, like, if you just want to throw your contact information on a page, instead of sending people to your site, make an About.me. You can use a beautiful, like, picture, whatever, as your background, and you can throw all of your contact information along with your website right in there, and you can have a little bio if you want. You're cutting down on just unnecessary pages on your website, and you then have this like beautiful landing page for your website and for your email address and for your Twitter, for your Facebook, whatever.
yeah.
So, like, definitely consider the service About.me if you're making a website and you want to kind of spruce it up a bit.
Right. And yeah, About.me is great too, especially if you just want to get something out there.
Right.
I'm trying to remember. Does About.me have domain name support? Can you make your domain name like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you can make a Tumblr
Yeah,
a custom domain?
I think so. Like setting it up basically as your landing page on your website.
Right.
I think so.
Okay.
I think it might be a premium feature though.
Yeah. Or at the very least, I mean, you can redirect
Yeah,
any domain.
but that's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah, is like you can just link your website on your About.me page.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I am still considering when I get my business cards printed, like just putting my About.me page.
Yeah.
Because it has the link right to my website, but it also has my Twitter, my email address. Because I don't have a contact me page on my
website.
on my website.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely say About.me is super nice. Like every time I've gone to somebody's, I've always been really impressed on how they do it and how they lay it out. And
I'm trying to think of the one that I love so much. I think it's Ron from Ron XO. About.me/RonXO is probably my favorite About.me page. It is set up so beautifully. Like, sure, his picture is a little goofy, but
Ron
Richards. It's About.me/RonXO. It's Ron Richards from Twit, This Week in Tech. Or This Week in Android, whatever.
Oh, okay.
All About Android, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's good. That's a nice page.
But yeah, like, you know, he has his like location. He has his website for the comic service that he runs. The two comic services that he runs. 8 tracks. He's got all of his contact information in these nice little buttons that have like actual mouse hover events.
Yeah.
And
I'll say that's the nice thing about me. It's like, if you're somebody like Ron Richards that does a lot of stuff,
yeah,
and you need to send people to a lot of different places, or like give people pathways to all of the things you do, or like know what the things you are that you're doing, About.me is great. But it's also great for that person that doesn't have a ton of stuff going on.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily have a ton of content that they want to make a website out of. You know, About.me is perfect for that too, because then it links people out to your LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube page or whatever you've got going on. And it's just simple. So definitely a great service. Definitely works very well designed. Lots of different templates and a good amount of customizability. Is that a word? Yeah.
Yeah, customizability is it should be in the dictionary if it's not already.
Okay, good.
But I think that was kind of our little talk about good and bad.
Yeah,
design.
and actually,
I also just want to complain right now, quick, before I interrupt you. Well, I already interrupted you.
What's new?
Art students who don't really know that they want to go into art, just quit. Because I don't want to be that guy who's sitting in your class and says, you really shouldn't be doing this. Maybe you should consider just getting a business degree. Because I feel bad. But at the same time, I don't want you in my class. I don't want you around me just bringing down my inspiration. Like, just stop what you're doing. If you think you're going into graphic design but have never opened up Photoshop or Photoshop Express,
Oh, God.
go away.
Is that a for real thing? Oh. Like, by the time they get to college, they haven't touched either of those?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I had a Photoshop class, which I had to... It was annoying. I had to take it in order to get into my Illustrator class, and I was at that time, I wouldn't say adept in Photoshop, but I was like pretty well versed in Photoshop. Mm-hmm. I had to take the class. They wouldn't let me like test out of it or like get a recommendation or anything. So I'm in this class and we were using G5s, like Mac G5s. And this girl in my class was like, I'm going into graphic design because I think I'm just such a great designer. And then first day, she's like, how do I turn this computer on? I'm like, I'm sitting like 2 seats away from her, and my blood vessels are popping in my eyes. I don't understand this. I don't know how to turn this on. I'm like, push the freaking power button.
Are you kidding me?
So she turns it on. And they're like, all right, we're going to open up Photoshop. And we open up Photoshop. And then we're like, okay, we're going to create a new... My professor's like, so everyone said that they've used Photoshop before, so we're going to create a new document, and we're going to like open up... Or we're going to import this photo from Bridge, and then we're going to kind of show you guys how to use levels and curves and things like that. And she's like, whoa, slow down.
Oh, gosh.
What are we doing? Like, how do I open up the photo?
Oh.
And I'm like, I'm going to break your skull. And then I moved to the very back corner. It was like... The first 3 rows were taken up by people, and then there was like 4 rows of empty chairs, and I just went all the way to the last back seat in the corner. I was like, I'm not moving from this chair.
I don't blame you. I would probably do that too.
I wanted to die. Lucas, what were you going to say?
I was just going to move on to our next subject that I didn't even see in our thing here.
We have another subject?
Are we going to talk about setting up email accounts?
No. We're going to get to that in a minute because we have to do a little setup before.
Oh, we're gonna tackle that? We're gonna do that?
Do we want to?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing it. I don't quite have the equipment here to actually...
I do right here.
Yeah, we can
we
tackle
were gonna
that.
do it with a laptop or something.
We can do it with mine because I have like actual screen capturing software.
Okay. Yeah.
We just want to cut that part out right
why
there.
don't we here's the deal, folks. Here's what we'll do. We'll make this a special.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We'll make
about
this
the
a
screen
special
capping thing.
video. I guess it'll just be.
This will just be on our YouTube channel, like
Yep.
just the video for the tip with the audio.
Right. So we're gonna
be back with you in just a second.
Yep.
Give you a little music. You're gonna get our tip section. We're gonna hit you with more music, and then the beer section.
Right.
Hey guys, we're back with the tip section of the show here. Started that last week, and we're going to try to continue a tip every week from now on. Did this come through Twitter? Kind of a question we saw on
this
Twitter.
was kind of a friend asking me this the other day, and I said, you know what, this would make a really good tip.
So a previous question asker actually asked this question again. Thank you for utilizing our services. They wanted to, use Gmail, this person, as their primary email address, like personal email address, but they also have a school email account. And they would like to combine the two, merge the two into Gmail, because I'm assuming their school email address is probably pretty ugly and whatnot. So I am here to show you how to do this. Lucas
Just wait till you see my school email address page.
Lucas has I don't think I'm gonna need to even go there.
Oh really?
Lucas has graciously offered us to use him as a guinea pig because he also wants to do this. So I am currently in Lucas's Gmail account, and you can see my mouse moving around. So what you do is you click on this little gear icon, cog, in the corner here, and you click on your settings, and this will bring you up to this page right here. And after that, you're going to go to Accounts and Imports, which is the fourth tab from the left. And you will see a few options. We're not really worried about these first three here. However, we are concerned with checking mail from other accounts using POP3. And you just click on this link that says Add POP3 mail account that you own. Lucas, what's the email address associated?
lpritter@svsu.edu.
SVSU.
I'm gonna bleep that out.
Well, you're gonna see it in the video.
Oh, that's true.
I
That's
don't
true.
really care.
Whatever.
I really doubt that people are
Email Lucas sexy
yeah.
fun pics.
Yay!
sexy fun pics. So here is the screen that pops up. You throw the email address into this box here. Hit next step. Now Lucas has to enter his password.
Which we're gonna say out live on the air right
Yeah.
now. No.
LLL. I love JB Fever 13. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So great thing about Gmail here is it actually found the POP server immediately that SVSU uses.
And in the case that Gmail doesn't find your POP server for your email service that you're trying to integrate, do a quick Google search for, your email service and then POP3 server.
Mm-hmm.
And you should come up with some sort of page that has those settings on there that you can just put in yourself.
And unfortunately, if you use Exchange, you're kind of SOL,
Yes, that's true.
which we talked about earlier in the show.
Oh.
So, Lucas, would you like your messages labeled as LP Ritter at SVSU or no?
Yes, I would like that.
Okay.
I would highly recommend you
Yes.
label your messages.
Because that will help you differentiate whether it's a personal or
Yeah.
a school-related email address. Here's a big thing. Would you like a copy of the retrieved message on your SVSU server? Another thing that I definitely recommend doing.
What do you
leave
mean?
them on there?
So what happens is if you read them through Gmail, it stays unread on SVSU. I
Don't
recommend
do that. I don't
No?
like doing
Okay.
that.
I actually, when I was at state, what would happen is my state email box would get full, and then it would actually,
Okay, that would make sense.
So
then.
I
Yeah.
actually, at first, I had it leave a copy on the server, but then I changed it.
That makes sense. That's understandable.
Wait, so it'll delete the copy on their server?
if you
or-
delete it on Gmail, it'll delete it on SVSU's server.
Well, actually, here's how it works. When you say leave a copy, you're leaving a copy on their server, but if you don't check leave a copy, then when you get a piece of mail, it immediately goes and sends it to your Gmail inbox.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, but then it's no longer on their server, though.
Right.
Like, so basically, when you reply to it, you're replying from your Gmail.
From your Gmail.
Right.
Well,
Not necessarily.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
you can
we'll
still
get to
reply
that.
from your.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a
yeah,
moment.
but I actually, depending on your situation at your university, you may or may not want to check that. I had a small kind of inbox size that people would hit after a while, so I decided to just leave it.
I like to use it just for backup sake.
Yeah,
It's good to be safe, but
but I guess my only question is, will it show up as red on my
That I don't
SVSU?
know. It should actually because it's
no,
Pop
no,
3.
no.
No,
Pop
it doesn't.
3, Pop 3 does not sync red or
okay.
red status. Only IMAP does that, and unfortunately, Gmail does not have the ability to implement the IMAP protocol to check other email addresses.
So really, it's up to you. I used it for backup purposes.
I guess might as well use it because I think
You
I
can-
have quite a bit of space.
you can
on it.
always uncheck it.
Yeah, and you could always uncheck it later.
Now,
Stop doing
this last option, use SSL when you're retrieving mail. Obviously, that's definite. This last option, archive incoming messages, you do not want to do because then they're not going to go to your inbox. They're just going to go to your archives, which don't show up like in your inbox. You'd have to search for them.
Yeah.
So your last step is to click add account and give it a moment here. I'm just making sure that I didn't crap out on the internet because that's happened a couple times today. But what it's doing right now is it's pinging.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's strange.
Yeah.
Did I type in a bad?
You
I do a
may
bad,
have. You may have.
Okay.
Might need to put the password
Let
in
me
again
just click
real
on
quick.
this. Yeah, it said. Oh, actually, that's interesting. The error said pop access is not enabled for this account.
Ooh.
SVSU may have to allow pop access. You might have to get access to it.
Dang. Okay. So that's a bummer. So let me try to that was unforeseen, but let me try to walk folks through the rest of the process here.
Well, we were pretty much done with the process.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
There's one more step though. That was basically the steps. Once you would click next and maybe like one more thing, you would have your mail coming to your Gmail inbox. The next step it would prompt you to do that after this would be, do you want to set up Gmail so you can send as your email address that you are currently integrating? So basically, if I want to be able to send somebody an email and have it look like it's coming from my, like, I went to SVSU, so my the MSU account, if I wanted people to see my MSU account when I emailed them back from Gmail, I would have to go and set up that after that. And that's pretty easy to set up, actually. It's a couple clicks, and there's one option where it's like, if you want to send it through Gmail servers or if you want to send it through your school servers. And to be honest, it's kind of up to you. Like, really, whatever you feel better with. If you want to send through your school servers, what it's going to do, it's going to send a request over to your school's SMTP server, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. And it's going to say, hey, I have a message for you to send. And then it sends it using your school server. If you don't have that enabled, what it will do is just send it with Gmail server, and it will look like it's coming from Gmail server. Like, it will have a message after your MSU mail that says sent on behalf of Gmail or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it says, but whatever you feel more comfortable with doing, that's basically up to you. So that's the Gmail.
That's really it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
it
This
should
was
pretty
a
much
really,
auto
really
detect.
sad conclusion.
yeah.
Unfortunately, if you have the error that Lucas got, I recommend going to your school's IT department and asking them about that, because they may have to allow access for your account to use POP3.
Yeah, and if they
That way they don't have like unwanted people using other people's email addresses accessing their email that way.
Right. And if they need some coercion, I recommend bringing a 12-pack with you and some other incentives, and say, hey, man,
Bring some Lion Stout, some Jaw
Lion
Jacker,
Stout, yes.
some
Actually,
Orange
yeah.
Blossom Cream Ale, and a little bit of Lockdown.
Yeah, bring them a few TechBuzzed Hall of Fame beers.
Yeah.
And they'll
Tell
be
them
quite happy.
TechBuzzed sent you,
Yeah.
and they won't know what you're talking about. But that was the tip of the day, and we are going to again hit you with a music break, and then beer.
Beer.
Hey everyone, we're back. Time for the beer segment. Hope you enjoyed that Blink 182 in your ears. So I won last week with the Namaste.
Yep.
Very peaceful, zen-like beer. Listen to that RT snap.
Yeah.
Lucas got his RT that he ordered.
Yep.
It's exciting.
It is.
It's pretty dope.
I'll have to let you guys play with it here. After
So
the show.
this week I
Or some
brought
updating.
the Snow White Ale brewed in Royal Oak, Michigan by MIP Beer.
By MIP Beer.
Yes.
That's an awesome
Yeah,
brewery name.
I don't know. It's MIP Beer. It says not to drink it out of a can, but to drink it out of a glass. But we're going to say F it.
Whatever.
It's Milking It Production. They were at at the web because I commended them on their logo. So when you guys drink this beer, look on the back side of the can and see their logo. I love it.
Cool.
So I will pass it around. It's
right.
it's pretty good. It's your typical white ale. It's kind of light, kind of refreshing, but also less summery than you would think when I say light and refreshing. It still has that winter feel to it. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I
And
like
it's-
that.
It's a little more on the pricey side, but good nonetheless.
That's tasty. That's really different. I can't say I've ever had a beer quite like that before. It's a white ale?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. So it's kind of like it's kind of like smooth up front, and you think it's going to be smooth all the way through, but then it's got like a little bit more bite at the end of it. And kind of like some like orange citrusy.
Yeah, that's
at the end.
kind of a white ale, like typical.
Yeah. That's really good. I like that.
Yeah, definitely a citrusy flavor there at the end.
Yep.
And it's,
Yep.
No, that's pretty good. That's
Refreshing.
That's a good one. I remember when me and Nick were at the beer store, we were looking at it, and he was in between that and something else.
Toxic Sludge by
Toxic
Blue Point.
Sludge.
It's a black IPA.
You're gonna have to bring that one of these weeks.
I might bring
or
it.
I'll bring it, or someone will bring it. Whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty good beer.
Ryan,
Okay.
what did you bring this week?
So I brought one that is it's a pretty popular in the sense that you can get it in a lot of places. It's the Triple by New Belgium. I remember the first
Which
time,
is a recurring brewery in our.
yeah
trials here.
yeah they keep coming out with new stuff.
Maybe it's because their employees own the whole company.
That's true. They're just starting to crank out really cool things. I swear to God, every time I go
Ooh.
to the liquor store, they have new stuff. But yeah, I really like this one. Like, I kind of bought it just like a few months ago, thinking like, oh, okay, another New Belgium. I'll try it out. This should be pretty good. And I was like, whoa. So this is an ale brewed with coriander. And it's kind of it's a light beer. It's actually light in color, but it's still like a 7.8%.
Well, it's a triple, yeah.
beer. Yeah, so. What is coriander? Is that flowers? Some sort of flower?
It's a seed.
It's a seed? Okay.
It's like spice.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't know how to describe this that well.
I don't really
But,
either. But it's
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like a hard one to describe. Like, it's...
well, that's the thing. Is it tastes like a light beer, but at the same time, it kind of has that flavor of a little bit heavier beer, maybe. But it doesn't feel like a heavy beer.
No,
Like,
not at
it's
all.
Not at all.
No.
It goes on really smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I feel like a really bad beer snob at the moment, but
I wanted to see what color it was. I didn't know. I poured a little on my
it
hand.
seems like it's quite almost clear.
Yeah, it's a pretty light one.
It's a really light beer, but it still has a ton of flavor to it, which really shocked me because just by looking at it, like you look at it, you're like, oh, I can see clear through this bottle. Where I think of like last week where Ryan and I's beer was it? We just had like beers where they were like milk, but
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's really good. I guess Nick, what do you have to say about it?
I really enjoy it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I guess the main thing I can try to describe about it is just the spice kind of thing it has going on. Like
Yeah.
not heavy, but like just enough where you're just like, ooh, yeah. It's good. So that's the triple. Lucas, what do you got over there?
I brought Mississippi mud.
I love the bottle it comes in. It's like an old moonshine bottle.
Yeah, this is actually a beer that I've had before. I had it a couple summers ago, just sitting on the porch in BV, watching the cars go
Drinking
by,
some Mississippi mud, smoking some cigars.
drinking some Mississippi mud, and smoking some cigars.
Smoking some Swisher Sweets.
Oh hell yeah, man! It was a fun time, but it's an interesting beer. I'm not even gonna taste it here before I hand it off. It's a
premix.
black and tan. Yeah. It's a premix with slow brewed black and tan porter and pilsner.
It's got an alligator on it.
Yeah, the bottle's really cool because it's just like literally an old moonshine.
Yeah, you would think by the
yeah.
look of the bottle that you're about to drink like some sludge or something.
And the fact that it's called Mississippi Mud.
Right, exactly.
And it's actually a relatively cheap beer for what I've been doing the last couple of weeks.
$3.50 for a quart.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. So
that's nice. That's
yeah.
a nice black and tan.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've been impressed with it. I guess I haven't tried it here in a while, but
A little heavier than the Bass Black and Tan that I brought a few weeks ago.
Yeah. And do black and tans separate naturally when you put them in a bottle like that? Or
No.
like- no, they stay mixed.
You need
I
a
like
pouring
that.
spoon.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I really like that.
Yeah, that's tasty.
Because I don't know why everything reminds me of chocolate milk.
It's because the porter in there has a bit of a chocolate taste.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had, and also I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah, it's a really good black and tan if you guys are interested, and it's fun to pick up. You can scare people a little bit when you take it to a party and walk around, and not to mention if you ever get in a fight, it's a lot better than regular.
Oh,
bottle to hit
that's
them
a
with.
heavy bottle.
Yeah, it's
You can do some damage with that, and you get a nice little finger handle.
Yep.
Good swinging.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really
Swinging
cool.
handle.
Where did you find that at?
This is just at the
It's at like every party store.
just about every
really?
liquor store. Yeah.
But we got it at the one down the road.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, they have them
I
at
didn't
quite
even
a few
see it.
places, but
Yeah.
it's kind of a
Was it in the fridge in the back?
no. It was on one
The
of
display
just
with like the bigger
display-
beers, the bigger
Oh.
bottles.
Oh, okay.
I should have gotten the beer there that was like in a like
It was in like a Scotch canister
yeah.
Really?
that you get like private reserve like
Ooh.
Scotch in.
It was like a $25 beer.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's why I didn't buy it.
which reminds me, we'll do Scotch night sometime. It's
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
And we will all die.
So I have to vote.
Do you want to taste them again or
I'm thinking about what I want to taste right now.
I'm gonna point out while Nick is deliberating that we picked significantly lighter beers than in the past few weeks. 'Cause
yeah.
I felt like after last
Except for
episode-
Lucas.
Well, that's not.
It's not near
it's
as heavy as some of
half
my
order.
other
No,
ones.
God,
But it's like the past few weeks we kind of killed ourselves with some super dark stuff, some really rich.
I gotta say,
creamy-
I'm kind of glad that we have a shorter episode tonight because I think his deliberation process is gonna last a lot longer than
okay.
normal.
We have 3 very different beers, I think, though too.
That's the biggest thing,
Yeah.
and they're all good.
in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
You're special in your own way. You want to get down in the mud with me? In Mississippi?
I think I'm going with the Mississippi Mud.
Really?
Yeah, I
Alright,
think so.
Sweet. I got to try these other beers before I can make my vote because I'm... yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh man,
Ryan, you are
I'm
up.
actually gonna I'm gonna take one more sip of the mud.
You guys are going to leave it up to me. God dang it.
And then,
Wait,
Ooh,
weren't we
that's
going to
good.
change the way we vote this week?
Were we?
how are we gonna do that?
Remember how we all put our votes in...
Oh yeah, that's right.
So you already.
We should do that because
You
me
two
and Ryan
should.
should do that
Yeah.
because otherwise
So wait,
Do a notepad.
I have to do a notepad of what I'm voting for right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Do you still need to deliberate or?
I'm gonna deliberate a little bit. So wait. So then,
I already voted, so
I'm trying to get the point of the notepad again. So
it's so that it's anonymous, so that the last person doesn't get screwed.
So the last person isn't sitting here like, man, it's tied like 1-1.
Or I don't get a vote now
Yeah.
because it's two people picked the same beer.
So we were gonna so basically, our new process now is drink our beers, vote on the piece of paper,
Yes,
and then flip them around and say, hey,
Pretty much, yeah.
this is what mine was. Okay, got it. All right, I just tried the Mississippi Mud again, and I'm gonna try the triple again real quick. And
Did you already vote, Lucas?
man, there's three really good beers this week, and very much like Nick just spilled some namaste on his razor mouse.
Namaste mouse.
Namaste mouse. Yeah.
No, Mouse Day.
Namaste. That is good.
That might actually be the episode title.
Yeah.
We've got two good working titles now.
Mouse.
I'm about to write my vote down. One moment.
Want to pass me the triple?
Yep.
Yes.
Do you want the snow?
Yeah, I do.
Do you want mud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not looking.
Everybody observe that I'm wait, I actually still don't know. I need 1 second to think.
Oh, it's fine. You can take every second you want.
Can I try the white again real quick?
Yep. This is a really tough week because, like, the last couple weeks we've had some kind of weird choices. Like, we've had weeks where it's just like, hey, we have 3 stouts. Which one punches you in the mouth less?
The mud one real quick again. Yeah, I know. Yeah, in this one, yeah, because this one it's like, oh, these are still all 3 really good beers.
Yeah.
Which one do I pick?
Because they each have some
This is
very
tough.
interesting choices between them.
I will go on the record as saying this is the toughest choice I've made yet. Like,
Really?
seriously, like that.
Wow.
Like, if they're that tied to me,
I agree.
like that, I am having a tough time. I'm about to write something down. Okay.
Want to pass me that the snow day or the white
Snow Day. That's
Snow.
a different beer.
snow day?
Yeah, that beer was in the Hall of Fame.
Is that called Snow? SNO? Is that what it was
Yes.
called? Okay, got it. That is. Okay, so there's the Snow, the Mississippi Black and Tan, the Mississippi Mud Black and Tan, and the triple.
Okay. Pass me the Mississippi.
Oh boy! All right,
Got it?
all right. I'm not touching my computer anymore. Not touching it. We should start like a Google Doc where we can put in.
Mother, father! This thing is just in the way everywhere my hand goes. I'm gonna.
I was gonna say we should start a Google Doc where we input our votes.
Like you input.
Like you know how
Like a form?
yeah, like a Google Doc form, and then we look at them at the end. Actually, I'm gonna set that up. We're gonna do that next time.
Ooh, this is really tough. You guys are dead on.
Yeah, tough times on TechBuzzed.
TechBuzzed problem.
We make the hard we make the hard decisions for you.
All right.
So, okay. Votes seem to be locked in. Who is going to reveal first?
You are, because you were next to vote.
I'm just gonna turn my.
Oh, that's right. We already know what Nick's was. What does that say?
Missy.
Missy? Mine says Snow.
Oh my god. Wait. Oh, I voted for the Mississippi Mud. That's right.
Oh. See, this makes it more interesting, too, because there's always going to be that, oh, my
Yeah.
God moment in the
Yeah.
podcast where, oh, we have a 3-way tie. So,
I was
Okay.
torn between the snow and the Mississippi Mud, but I just love the Mississippi
let's discuss
Mud.
what we do.
That's actually kind of sad. That's kind of funny because I was torn between the triple and the Mississippi Mud.
I was torn between all 3, to be honest. I just was like...
I like the triple, but I don't. It sounds stupid because Namaste has coriander in it as well, but I
Yeah.
don't really like coriander in beer that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't like the aftertaste.
It was kind of a
gives.
revelation to me.
I don't
when
like
had
the,
it the first
the
time. I was
aftertaste
like, whoa.
it gives off.
Okay, let's figure out, what do we do in the event of a three-way tie?
Just give up.
Because I have an idea
Let's hear it.
that in the event of a three-way tie, the previous beer of the week gets entered into the mix.
And it just combats all three of them.
Yeah, so basically, what
What if then 3 beers get a single vote?
then we figure something else out.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, that one gets brought in, then we have 4 beers to vote on, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So then,
How about we vote for the worst of the 3?
the worst.
Yes.
Narrow out the worst, and then we've got.
or how about we just call random people?
Because maybe 2
On
of
air.
the 3, or we just go to Beer Advocate and we pick the one with the worst score, and that's taken out of the race.
That's not bad.
That's
Okay.
just
Yeah.
go to Beer Advocate site.
All right.
and just pick the one with the lowest score,
That makes sense. That sounds good.
Okay.
We'll
and that one's like out of the race, and then we vote between the 2.
we won't write it in stone, I guess.
But we'll cross that bridge.
We're
we'll,
gonna
we'll
work on
figure
it,
out
yeah.
when that actually happens. But okay.
So now Mississippi Mud has to go up against the Namaste.
Oh boy.
And we're gonna keep the order. We might as well. It doesn't really matter on order anymore.
No.
But get your notepads ready. Even though I already know what I'm voting for.
I feel like this is like the 2013 way of doing tribal council, where they walk up to the camera and they're like, "Hey, I put my vote in."
they
like,
just
on
get their
paper.
little Windows RT tablets. And
Yeah, Windows RT should sponsor Survivor, and then when they go up to vote, they go up to their Windows RT and they type in their vote.
that's awesome.
Microsoft, that's a free one. There you go.
We already given Samsung a free one like our first episode.
God, I
true.
remember that.
Ooh, this namaste is. Oh, we all have a little
We all
glass of
have
namaste. Namaste.
We all got a
Namaste.
little bit in us.
Sun salute.
Oh, this namaste is as good as I remember. It tastes like drinking peace.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it really. Yeah.
Yeah, it just chills you out. Like it yeah.
It has a lot of similarities to the. Am I okay saying it has a lot of similarities to the snow?
Yeah.
But just you can tell it's a little bit better beer. Because like the snow, I don't like the very end of it, and it's a little bit harsher almost. Where the Namaste is like, the Namaste is a really good beer.
Namaste tastes like drinking flower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like drinking flower.
It's so herbal. It's just really
Yeah.
herbal.
I'm
I
gonna have-
voted, and my hands are off my computer.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Okay. So I'm about to try the mud again. Mississippi mud. Ooh. That's good. Okay.
That's one thing I'll note is smelling the Mississippi mud. It tastes a lot different than what it smells like, because it smells like you're gonna be drinking just straight porter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because it overcomes
Just
the
because,
smell.
it's overpowering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you drink it, and it's a lot, I guess, easier on you. But yeah. Ooh.
That was not my vote. I was just responding to somebody. I think I know. I think I have an idea. I have an
Oh.
idea. And that idea is written down in my notepad. Okay. Hands off my computer.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, guys.
By the way,
Did we hear word from our friend?
I think she might still be coming.
That's what she said.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still have time to amend your vote if you want to.
I'm not
amend
amending it. I just wanted to point out I was not touching my keyboard. I was touching my trackpad. No, I voted. I know what I want.
Oh, I want to. After the show, I want to show you guys this amazing app that I have found and love using. Everyone, hands off the keyboard.
Hands
We've all
up.
voted. Everyone is locked in their votes.
Locked in.
Locked in.
Got it.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Oh shit.
Yep.
You spelled Namaste wrong, but you voted for Namaste. I also voted for Namaste.
No, I voted for Namaste too.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So that's 2 weeks in a row. The
2 weeks
Namaste
in
is
a row.
here. That's 2 weeks in a row that my pockets are weeping.
How much is it for?
It's
a
only
big
like
bottle?
$10, but like
Oh, wow.
the problem
Yeah.
is I have to drive to f***ing Great Lengths, so it might better mark that to
Great Lakes.
I said no to Great Lengths
Oh,
to
Great
find
Lengths.
the beer.
Oh, okay.
So, well,
Yeah,
There you have
I
it.
actually just want to say something about the reason I chose the Namaste, because I was really torn in between the two. And the only reason was the last time I tried the Mississippi Mud versus the Namaste, the signing off note of the Mississippi Mud just isn't good enough. Like,
And
the Namaste is just beautiful
keep
the
in
entire way
mind
through.
that Lucas voted for my beer.
I did.
It's a miracle.
It was really difficult for me. I really didn't want to, but I wanted to be not modern American media on this beer, and I voted for the slightly better beer.
Aw. Well, thanks for watching episode 13 of TechBuzzed
And listening.
and listening, not
Mainly.
watching. Well, you watched our tip segment, so
Unless you
there's
just
that.
stared at our YouTube video for 2 hours.
Yeah, have fun with that. You can find me on Twitter at Nick_Smock.
You can find me on Twitter at Ryan Spletzer.
You can't find me. I've left the internet.
All right, Paul.
Depresso is cool. That's his name.
Dang it, don't release all my secrets.
It's like espresso, but like
With a D.
deep espresso. Like D espresso is cool.
Without the first S.
It's
'Cause
just
it's not
Depresso is
espresso.
cool, but
It's Depresso. It's like depressed,
oh yeah,
but
Oh.
an O instead of the ED.
my soccer coach used to call me Mocha, and it was really strange.
Depresso, the
Yes.
espresso. I would play golf with always calls him that.
All right.
You can find TechBuzzed. All of our stuff is at techbuzz.com. YouTube videos, MP3 files, and the like.
Boobs.
Follow us on Twitter and tweet at us at TechBuzzed. Go to facebook.com/TechBuzzed and find out that we never post. Email techbuzzpodcast@gmail.com to send us questions, and email techbuzzed@gmail.com to send them hate mail.
Yep.
And youtube.com/TechBuzzPodcast for those of you weirdos that like to watch video stills. And that's it for this week.
Actually, let's note real quick. We might soon be switching to a new kind of like format thing.
Yes. In the coming weeks, we will keep you posted. Right now, this is kind of under wraps because we're not 100% sure on what's going on. There may be a different format of TechBuzzed.
All right, we won't say too much. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But things are gonna get real cool.
Real HD. Up in your face.
Yep.
All right. Bye, everybody. We love you.